Hey traders, CN Trader here. I want to take this opportunity to do something a little different. Analyze two pairs. Two pairs have been trading this week that I like very much, and some significant areas. You see, we have a pound Swissy here. We have the weekly, and then over here we have the pound yen weekly as well. And really discussed the pound Swissy already. I just did a video on it. If you haven't seen it, take the opportunity to see it. But you see all the weekly, we won't go over all the weeklies again, but you can see the structure that's right in this area where we entered the trade. Same thing over here on the pound yen. Great structure right over here. You can see all this right here, all in there. So we got our weekly structure. We got an area where we think that price is significant and where we can have some significant reaction. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to go over these pairs. And so the first thing we're going to do is we'll look at this Swissy, and we're going to just dive right in to what we see going on, why I took a second entry. We discussed in the last video all the price behavior. Here's my first entry, and I took two more entries today. And we could see this price behavior so nicely. We get a nice little pattern that came in here on the 15 and on the hourly. Again, we have this price that came in right below our weekly structure, and we see it all right in here, all the battle that's going on, and finally it broke out, came back down into this area. It was really unable to sustain below, get back into this zone right here, and we took an entry here earlier in the week, and you could see we came up all the way to profit target 1 from the AB equals CD pattern that had developed on the 4-hour chart. And you can see A to B, C to D comes right down into this area, and we get our behavior. So on the 1-hour chart, I saw this developing as price started to come into our target 1. You can see that price was starting to stall out a little bit, and you can kind of see that price was about to come down and come back down and test this area. And you see we're testing that area now, and we've even come way down deep into here. But if we look at it, we have a Gartley pattern that had developed, and we could take this swing low right here to this swing high right here, and you could see we come down to a 618 extension, and we come right back up to a lower high, and we break this area. And once we break this area, I'm looking 786 or lower. I'm looking in this zone right here for behavior to take place. And you could see that behavior to take place nicely. We go down to a 15-minute chart, and you could see this first hit, and then we get this second hit right here, and price is not able to stay. As soon as we come down into this area, it comes shooting right back up into that area there. And again, looking left, you can see that we're just not able to sustain going or staying much lower. So we got involved in a trade. First entry I took was actually right here, because we came right back up above the structure if you look left. And then we see we came right up to this level right here, which technically for this pattern you can use, B could be your profit target. Not a lot of pips in that scenario, but it could be your profit target. And you can look left, you see all the structure right in here. But we have a neckline that had developed here, and we come right back down for a right side shoulder. And I did get involved right in here again for a second entry. So I have my original entry, which I had taken some off. You can see right here, I only got a half a lot on there now for my original entry, as I'd taken half off of my first target. And then you could see over here I re-entered, scaled in, basically re-entered that half lot, and we're going to see if we can get higher. You can look for up here where previous selling came in. You can look here, you can see all these areas where previous selling came in. This is a 15-minute chart. I'm really looking at this AB equals CD pattern that had developed on the Swissy, and you can see target 1 was hit. It gave me an opportunity to re-enter. Of course, I am going to be looking at price behavior in these areas where selling came in to see. But you could see that things came in, we got out of here, and I think that this is still playing itself out as far as the bigger picture and time frame, but we'll see. That remains to be seen. At any rate, we have a 618 retracement here, so we can look over here at 786 potentially. If we come up here, and get rid of this, clean it up a little bit. If we come over here to this swing, and we come to this swing low, right here, you can see we have a right over here 50% retracement, which would lead to a potential 886, which is right up here. All right, so you see that we got some selling that came in here, and you see that we got some selling that came in right here. All right, so I'm going to be looking for these areas, these zones. I'm going to be watching behavior in these zones for potential price targets on this. So we're going to see how that plays out. But that's where we're at right now. We're in the zone. We're getting a nice inverted head and shoulders. We'll see if it breaks out. If it does, we also have to keep this in mind on the lower time frame, 15-minute. You see we came into a 50. We got previous selling here. So this could also be an area where we can look to take profit on these smaller time frame patterns. Right up in here, 886, you can see we get a little bat pattern, beautiful bat pattern that comes in. X to A to B, and then you can see this right here, B to C, C to D. So on a smaller time frame, we're going to want to pay attention to behavior that comes in there. So we'll see how that plays out. The next one is pound yen. And I did enter a trade in here as well recently today. I got involved, and you could see again, we don't have to get too much detail into the structure, but you could see this right here, weekly, beautiful structure. Price comes down, goes all the way up. You get a little battle in here. You see that clearly on a daily chart, and you can see price comes back up, tested, a little battle, breaks up, comes back down. Again, all the same behavior in this area that that we've been kind of going over for the past couple of weeks on some of these weekly opportunities that have developed. And you can see price here, again it tests it here, goes up, and we're back down into that area. So we'll scroll down again and we'll see what we're looking at here. I'll go to this 4-hour chart, and you can see all the battles that have taken place at our levels. And we're going to zoom in a little bit here because we also have a nice AB equals CD pattern that developed right in here. And you can see this swing high to the swing low. You can see we came up to a 50. And so again, we're looking for a break of this and maybe an extension down into this area for an AB equals CD pattern. You see I have it drawn out into this area. And you see price came right down to our area that we have marked on the weekly, and then immediately shot right back up above this level here. And got involved earlier in the week in a trade as this inverted head and shoulders started to develop. You can see this trend line. We had a breakout here. I got involved here. Took some profit up here. You can see a little bit of selling right in here, waiting for a second opportunity to come down into this area, and that did develop. So a couple things that I saw that I wanted to share. We got this swing high, this swing low. You can see we come into a nice 786 right here retracement, which is a beautiful opportunity for an aggressive C buy. But not only did we get an aggressive C buy, we had an opportunity where we had a pattern on a lower time frame. We go down to this 15-minute or even a 1 hour, and you can see that we have this nice little pattern that developed, a butterfly pattern that developed right into this area. And of course, you could see all this behavior that's taken place in our zone right there. So we see the structure is right here, comes in, and you see we had a breakout right here. And so we'll zoom in now, and we see price came right back up above it, and we came down and tested it. We came right back up. We shot out of there. And we came down one more time into this area, and I just got involved in this trade here. I got involved in this trade over here. So I don't got a lot on it. I got two entries for only 3 mini lots, and we'll see if we can how this plays out. I'm looking again. If we go back up to that higher time frame, we got an AB equals CD. Look at the B portion over here. I'm looking for an opportunity potentially to come up into this area, but I am going to be watching the areas where previous selling had come in. And so if we go down to that 1 hour, you could see previous selling came in here, previous selling came in here, and previous selling came in here. So I'm going to be watching behavior in these areas for opportunities to either take profit or see if we're going to get another retrace and maybe another opportunity to enter into this area. But again, very strong weekly area, and I like the probabilities of these trades. So we'll see how they work out. Hope you enjoy, have fun, trade your plan, make a great day, do your own due diligence, and may we all make bank. Game-changing bank, the kind of bank that makes you think and grow.